Why Graham Allen and why these women? Would nobody with any integrity touch this? Tucker spoke at the memorial. Tucker, of course, would have asked some real questions.
The Democrat talking point, and I am not making this up,
and then proceeds to make it up,
is that ICE is going to kill people at the airport.
Okay, here we go.
Well, I agree with you that Congress is broken, but here's the fact of the matter. I have a lot of questions about what he said. Are they going to be wearing masks? What are the functions that they're going to be performing? Are they going to make it more complicated? Are people going to be more scared? Are they going to threaten people? Are people going to start to see people not even willing to travel because they're intimidated by them?
All right, there, Debbie. People already don't want to travel because we don't want to wait in lines. But
nowhere in there did she say there is fear that ICE is going to kill people.
It was 2 hours to get our luggage. I mean, like, we came home a day early from our Hawaii trip.
Citizens are being arrested and detained. Women have been raped. Dozens of people have died in ICE custody. There's legitimate fear at play.
Like, traveling sucks, okay?
They released this video on March 25th. Bear in mind, as you know, February 28th, we bombed the girls' school, killed almost 200 school children who, after the first Tomahawk missile hit, the one that has cameras on it and is satellite guided and that would have seen the big colorful murals in the courtyard. After that hit and the children ran to the prayer room, we sent another one and wiped them out. On March 1st, well before this video was posted, we lost 6 servicemen. Again, another 6 on the 8th, another 6 on the 12th. Of course, we know it was much more than that because soldiers have come out speaking against Hegseth, and the Pentagon says they're lying. That's unprecedented.
Kevin O'Leary had a message for everyone, and that is to just freaking let the guy cook already.
The long view here could be just 60 days. Remember, to affect the U.S. economy, you need oil. I'm talking about recession talk or hurting the economy or damaging small business. You need oil at above $93 for 3 months. We're only 1/3 into it. So everybody chillax and let this thing play out. There's a really big opportunity here, a huge one, and everybody gets the upside. This is a huge opportunity. I just see it for what it is. It's history being made.
Let the guy cook.
He's right. Let him cook.
They debunk so much nonsense about Charlie and Erika'S relationship, whether they fought the night before. All of it is completely debunked. It's all Candace lies, as usual.
Trump said the ballroom would cost $200 million. Now it's $300. Now it's $350. Now it's $400. Now we're not even going to be told because we don't know where the money's coming from. And come on. She's already established she's willing to lie. How can people take that seriously? I don't understand that.
I have text messages from September 11th. Tracy told friends that her daughter, possibly Erika'S assistant, was supposed to be at UVU on September 10th, but Tracy had a bad feeling about it. So she stopped her daughter, Erika'S assistant, from going. Tracy had a divine intuition that her daughter should not go to UVU, but she didn't share that with Erika about maybe she should have said her husband shouldn't have gone.
Conversation that you had with your daughter on you don't know how you feel about her traveling with Charlie and Erika more happened months in advance, not the day before or days before Charlie was murdered.
No.
Now, that's all those 2 women, I'm sorry I don't know their names, but that's all they showed. This isn't even the main interview, by the way. This is just emotional foreplay.
So there was conversation about my daughter starting to travel with those guys. Never said anything about a campus tour or this was absolutely what this was. It was a conversation of traveling. This happened during the summer, which is when Charlie and Erika travel as a family. So I didn't have any conversation back and forth with Erika.
I don't understand that. If they're so close, they couldn't talk on the phone unless it was a conversation she felt like they needed to have in person. Because bottom line is Tracy came back and told her daughter, from what I understand, that she wasn't comfortable with her traveling because there were a lot of security threats. And I totally get that. I wouldn't want my daughter to go either.
So the day that the assassination happened, I was in my coaching studio with my clients back to back. And as you can imagine, people knowing my relationship with Erica, my phone going off, conversations, phone calls, text messages, just boom, boom, boom. I had clients that some knew Charlie, some were distraught.
My initial reaction to this section here was rather snarky. At times she seems to make it a little too much about herself, but she is describing what she was experiencing that day, which was complete chaos. I also think on some level she's explaining why there could have been miscommunication, because she says she doesn't know who relayed this information to Candace. So clearly things were said to more than one people, more than one person. It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, it was just a very emotional day, to be completely honest with you. I had an appointment that I canceled with my hair person, and then I had a friend of mine that was going to come in and take a book. I don't know if this is this person or not, because again, Candace has not produced anything for me at all.
She wouldn't. I mean, she has sources from around the world that trust her with information. Aren't they curious why it got paved over in 5 days, that the bullet doesn't match? I learned that from MAGA conservative people. And I would think Tracy and others, they would want to know his wedding ring and necklace off the night before. Erica told us that. Erica said on the Glenn Beck interview that he didn't text anybody, that he wasn't messaging people saying they're going to kill me. He did. Candace showed her that. Candace called her out on that. Candace tried to work with Turning Point. They wouldn't talk about it. Actually, Andrew Colvett did. Colvett, am I saying that right? Colvett. He said things with absolute certainty to her that would later be contradicted by Erica and others. So why wouldn't she have questions? I didn't know a whole lot about Charlie Kirk, but I knew he did not want us to be in that war with Iran. He was very outspoken about that. And then it's on video where Erica is asked about the Iran war. She's acting like Charlie didn't have a strong opinion about it. That's absurd. Everybody knew that.
I'm able to have the counter tabling for the On F America tour, and that really pissed me off.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Especially because we have some really good people that could be on campus to counter program that. Yeah, no, to answer your question, my husband isn't here to say whether or not we should be at war with Iran.
My gosh. I mean, this is coming from the CEO of Turning Point USA, who literally got community noted on X for putting that video out that was years old of Charlie saying that we needed to make Iran Western again, implying regime change. I say she because the buck stops with Erica as CEO. Turning Point USA put that out on their X feed.
Y'all think we're stupid. That's the Nashville. I lived in Nashville for 20 years. That's the y'all. Y'all think we are stupid. But there's some point the people around Erica are either complicit or they don't want to know, because there are so many legitimate questions. So we're being told to ask these questions as demonic or disrespectful to her, while she's out there in glitters saying that she's going to get J.D. Vance elected. Can't play the widow and mourning card when you're going full on politics, calling demonstrators demonic. Talking shit about people in church. Up on that stage where she was all green, going after Rachel Maddow and Jimmy Kimmel. I can't believe I'm saying their name in a church. Where else should you say it the most? If you're that concerned, pray for your enemies, right?
Even though they hate me, I pray for them.
She hates Candace Owens more than the guy that shot her husband, allegedly. They're worried about a fair trial. Yet, almost every day on Turning Point, the Charlie Kirk podcast, bless you, they're saying Tyler's guilty with no evidence. And this whole thing she said in the Barry Weiss interview of, why would we put all our cards on the table? First of all, she's not an investigator or a lawyer. She doesn't have cards. I don't even know what they would do with it. Who is not telling her anything? There's this thing called disclosure. Everybody knows, or everybody's supposed to know, what evidence there is. It's not a secret. Why are they trying so hard to convict this kid? Why aren't you guys asking yourself those questions? You don't have to be an investigator. You just have to care. And you need to get past your hatred of somebody to be willing to see the facts. At least be willing to consider. I would. I mean, if there's actually a solid alibi for Erica being at the clinic with her mother, not just some friend, I would absolutely put that on blast. It's absolutely a spiritual battle. Instead of the helmet of salvation, it's like this helmet of blindness. It's gross, and Jesus is still weeping.